Hello my students of class 7 and welcome back to your English class. Today we would be doing a lesson on English grammar and today's topic will be adjectives. So take out your books, take out your Cordova book and take out page number 18 of your book. Okay. So we have been studying adjectives for a really long time. Okay, since we were introduced to the concept of grammar, we have been introduced to the different parts of speech, and adjective is also one of the part of speech. Okay, it is a word which describes or qualifies a noun or a pronoun. All of us know that. So adjectives always describes or tell us something more about the noun or the pronoun. Okay. So in a word, the adjective plays the role of the qualifier of the noun before which it is placed. Now mostly the adjectives are placed in front of the noun, but there are many cases where it is not placed in front of the noun but rather after it or at a different position. But wherever it is put, its function is to describe the noun, to qualify the noun or the pronoun. Okay. So the first thing we would be learning in this chapter is the types of adjectives or the kinds of adjectives. Kinds of adjectives, and then we will learn about formation of adjectives, and then we will do the degrees of comparison. Okay, so these three things we would be doing in the chapter. First, we will study about the different kinds or the types of adjectives. Secondly, we will learn about the formation of an adjective, and then we will study about the degrees of comparison of adjectives, that is positive, comparative and superlative. Okay, so let us begin with the kinds of adjectives. Please follow your book and please take out a pencil, okay, because we'll be marking it in the book itself. So the first type that we all know is the adjective of quality. Adjective of quality is an adjective which describes or indicates the quality of the noun or the pronoun. Okay, it can be the shape, size, the quality, okay, color, all these things are adjectives of quality. Next come to adjectives of quantity. Adjectives of quantity tells us about how much of or what is the quantity of a certain noun or a pronoun. Like the example which is given here, you have enough time to complete the work. So enough is giving us an idea about the quantity of time which is left. Okay, so whatever kinds of adjectives which give us an idea about the quantity of something, that is called the adjective of quantity. Some of the words which we use for adjectives of quantity are some, most, enough, much, all. Okay, all of them are used as adjectives of quantity. Now come to the next type, which is adjective of number. So as I am telling you and we are understanding the definition of each kind, please underline the first line beside each kind of adjective. Okay, so after adjective of quality, you will underline adjectives that indicate the quality of a noun. Okay, and then put a tick mark against the example which is given in the book. So adjective of quantity, these adjectives are measuring words that modify the noun, measuring words, okay, which tell us about the quantity of a noun or a pronoun which they describe. So both the definitions are correct. Next come to the adjectives of number. Okay, so if I say several boys of class 7 have not submitted their assignments. Several boys of class 7 have not submitted their assignments. Okay, I'm speaking the truth, right? Many of you have not submitted your assignment yet. Anyway, so several is an adjective of number. Okay, it describes the number or the number of nouns or pronouns about which the sentence is being done or spoken. Now, the other examples, many, several, then all the ordinals like first, second, third, fourth, like that, fifth, all the ordinals or the cardinals, that is cardinals means 1, 2, 3, 4. The numbers are the cardinals and the order of the number is the ordinals. Okay, so first, second, third. If I say he was ranked first in the class, she came first in the swimming competition. First, in both the sentences, they are all adjective of number. Okay, so for both the cases of number as well as the order of the number, we use the adjective of number. Next, come to demonstrative adjective. What we will do it, let us just define all the different kinds of adjectives at first, then we will do the exercises together. Okay, we will try to solve them on the board. Okay, now come to the fourth type of adjective and tick against demonstrative adjectives in your book, and please underline the line. So demonstrative adjective, they demonstrate a person or a thing which is meant, something similar to the demonstrative pronouns. Okay, but different. How? Okay, we can three types of adjectives are there. First is demonstrative. Then possessive. And then interrogative. Okay, all these three kinds we can find a similar kind in pronouns as well, right? We all know about demonstrative pronouns. We also know about possessive pronoun and interrogative pronoun. But what is the difference? The words are more or less the same. For demonstrative adjectives, the words that we use are this, that, these, those, all these four words. Okay. For demonstrative pronouns also we use the same thing. But what is the difference? Yes, the difference is that in case of adjectives, the word has to be placed in front of the noun or the pronoun, which is not true for demonstrative pronoun. So if I say, these are my pens or these are my books, that is an example of demonstrative pronoun. But if I say, these books are mine, here, these are example, the word this is an example of a demonstrative adjective. So you just have to understand, if it is placed in front of a noun, then it becomes an adjective. Okay, and if it is placed before the verb or some other place, then it's a demonstrative pronoun. Normally before the verb it is placed. Okay, so demonstrative adjectives are placed in front of the noun to demonstrate something. Okay, so what are the four demonstrative adjectives? This, that, these, those. Now next come to the possessive or interrogative. In your book, interrogative is given. Interrogative adjectives. Yeah. So interrogative adjectives, demonstrative we understood. Just write this, that, these, those. These four are the demonstrative adjectives. Now interrogative adjectives are used for asking question, like which house is yours? Okay, which house is yours? Here which is a example of an interrogative adjective, that is, it is used to ask a question and it necessarily is placed in front of a noun. Okay, so which house is yours? Here which is an example of an interrogative adjective. Okay, so and the next type which is mentioned is possessive adjective. So possessive adjective similar to somewhat similar to the possessive pronouns, but possessive adjectives are placed in front of the noun, and so the possessive adjectives are her, his, our, mine, their, etc. Okay, so it is her class, that is his house, don't go to our park. Okay, so like this we have to understand that the possessive adjectives, they describe the possession of the adjective with the noun, but they are placed in front of a noun, as opposed to the possessive pronouns which are not placed in front of a noun. Okay, so you have to understand what is the difference between the adjective and the pronoun. I think by now it is clear to you. Okay, so the three types we have understood. In the next session we will be completing the exercise number A and B and C. So your homework will be to do it in your home. In your book, you have to complete it. So the next time we are doing the session, I want you all to simply tick it or to write it if it is not correct. Now, if you write an answer which is completely different to what I am telling in class, and you are sure that that is also a correct one or that is the real one, then you can always tell it to me. Okay, you can always convey that message to me. I have no problem with that. Okay, so till then, study well and complete exercise A, B and C on your own. Next day we will solve it together.